Hi guys, so I am back to do another video on this Discord, and there is other things besides Discord in here. I put like his posts, David's posts, just interesting to see them in the timeline of like when he's talking to Celeste, and you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, there's other stuff in here. But anyway, today we're going to focus on Celeste, okay? So it's going to be all the times Celeste was talked about in Discord or she was in the Discord. I'm also going to include like the timeline of when she was reported missing and when David posted about her, like about his girlfriend and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. So I want to start here, right here. I had talked about this in a live. I cannot find this. If you guys remember, if you were at my live stream, David's Discord didn't start till September 6th, 2022. I mean, you see Moji's the first one, and here supposedly the rumor is Moji's the one that set up his Discord, which makes sense. He's the first one saying hi. But there's this that came out. It looks like there's a watermark ULXA or something. And David didn't even have a Discord at the time at August 28, 2022. At least he didn't have that server, David's Closet. So there could be a couple different reasons for that. First, maybe this is a different server they're in. Or maybe he did have another server before that somewhere. So I guess it would still be a different server they were in. But it's not in the one, David's Closet. It's not in the one that we're all going through. Or it could be like a private message between them. But the whole thing is this before David had his server still. So it could be. Or it could be fake. I mean, I don't understand why somebody would fake it and put a date where the server didn't even start yet. You think that they would have make sure they put it in a time period that the server started, but maybe they didn't realize that it didn't start till September. But chances are it probably is real. It's probably just in a different server. But just be aware that there is this program that another creator had showed me years ago, because somebody was making up like screenshots about her. And everybody's like, no, look, it looks exactly the same. So she showed like that there's programs where you could go in and fill in whatever you want for any freaking platform, and it'll look identical to the platform's setup or whatever. It's scary. So that's why I wanted to go through this Discord and try to find all these screenshots that have been going around to make sure they're actually really in there. Number two, make sure they're like what the context of them. But anyway, so I don't know if anybody has an answer for this and they could tell me why this is before a date that David had his server and you're aware of like where this is at, let me know. So, but it says, so Celeste says, my parents are so effing annoying. They won't let me go see you perform. And David said, don't worry, I'll fix it. So like I said, I can't confirm that that's legit. All right, so the next time that Celeste appears in the server is... So I wanted to include this screenshot before because... So we're at October 23rd, 2022 at 11:11 p.m. David's in Discord in chat and they're talking. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to sleep now, guys. I'll be on tomorrow, right? Everybody says good night. But then Celeste comes in and says, bark. And then you see, I don't know what she's responding to here because the original message is deleted. But then she puts David, she tags David. Okay. And here we go. David comes back in. No, granted, it's what, 2 minutes after he says he's going to bed. So he says he's going to bed at 11:11. She comes in saying bark at 11:13. And now he's back in by 11:14. He said, Celeste in here? And Celeste says, hi, David Bark. And I got some constructive criticism about maybe not reading all this stuff that's not, choose which ones to read if it's kind of not important or something. So I might skip some of these messages right here. But the whole point of this was to give like a bigger context, but I want to give you guys what you want. So I'm going to skip around a little bit, but it'll still be up on screen so you can see, what I'm skipping. But then let me know if I get enough people that are like, no, don't skip, just read everything that's on the screen. I will. So I'm not sure. I want to give you guys what you want. Okay, so we'll go down where she says, I just joined, which is weird because her account, I mean, she might just be, I'm just joining the chat, but when you look up her account, it says she didn't join this server, like be a member, I guess, because it says January 11th or January 12th, I think. It would have been the day after their live stream together. I'm not sure why it says that, because I think once you join the server, that's what it means, right? And she's in there, so that's weird. If anybody knows, let me know, because like I said, I'm not a expert on this Discord stuff. Okay, so she said, I just joined, LOL. And then Kira, which I want to read hers, because I think that's the Kira that dated David. And then David kind of broke up with her because I think, wasn't she the one he broke up with because she was still in high school and she couldn't like follow him or be on tour with him? So I think that's the same Kira, the one where he wrote the song where like each sentence begins with a letter of her name. I'm pretty sure because when she comes out after this whole thing, after Celeste was found, she comes out and says that she knew him back from 2022. And you'll see it doesn't show a mod here, but when you hear him talking, it sounds like she probably is a mod at that point. 2022, at that point when they're in chat talking, that she actually is a mod for David's Discord, or maybe even an admin. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is on Discord. But anyway, Kira says, am I the only one that can't hear the call? So there must be on the audio call, like you could do like Discord, you could have like a VC, which is voice chat, right? Anyway, so she's saying she can't hear the call, and this ZX person saying same here. And then Kira says, never mind. So in response to Raul telling David to go to bed, he says no. And Prada keeps tagging David. Prada says, let me send you beats. And then this Kianji talks about her cat almost crushing her under a 200-pound dresser. Kira says good night. I'm going to skip down to Celeste saying, how verify? So trying to figure out how to verify. Kira says, do you guys want to hear an ass song? I'm going to skip down a little bit. Celeste says, wait, shaking my head. WTF? Okay, so I'm going to skip to, we're still October 23rd, 2022. Now we're at 11:22 p.m. So in response to this, I was talking about this on a live chat. I'm not sure why everybody's having a reaction to this right here. So this Vallejo says LMNL is right here. It says this is just the very beginning of your legendary conversations with LMNL. They have a mutual server. So this is one of the profile pictures. This is LMNL's. And LMNL says, please let me hit. Let me hit. Maybe it's because I don't know what BEF stands for. Maybe that's what stands for something kind of disturbing. Okay, so it's coming up best enemies forever. So it says, please let me hit. I don't know if that means best enemies forever. I don't know if that's what he meant by an abbreviation. This is let me hit. Not sure. Everybody's like saying, whoa, foul. They're reacting to it saying, yikes. Talking about how it's crazy. I'm not sure why. But in response to this post, Celeste responds and says, whoa, man, that is so Discord mod. Then I pointed out, which I didn't notice it when I was putting this together, that they have like a picture when you advance a level, which the server would pick out. So either David or whoever's running it would pick out like these pictures, right? So look what he has. It's like a bloody mouth. So she's reached level 1, and that's the picture that gets posted. Okay, it's sick. So we're skipping to 12/12/23. Okay, so jumping a whole year and 2 months. So that gives them a year and 2 months to get to know each other, and who knows how many times they've seen each other. But we're at 12/12/23. David posts this here with a shadow of them, him and Celeste, okay? So then somebody replies to his story and says, "Oh, y'all are the same height." And David responds, "So if I KMS right now, whose fault is it?" And that stands for self-deleting. The KMS is self-deleting. He's probably very self-conscious about his height because he's short, and especially a girl being taller than him or even the same height, especially since she would have been like younger. Like, imagine that. She's what, like 13 here? And she's the same height as him, which means she probably will outgrow him. Okay, and then here is from her account. If you guys remember when this story first broke, people found out that the Dean Blunt Lover 444 was Celeste's account, and her brother actually got on it and was posting under it. Not like secretly, like he said he was. He said, I think what happened is he was trying to get, like just look through her account, see if there's any, any evidence or anything that is important. And people were messaging it, and trying to go through like her account, see what was in it. And so I think he had posted a few things, but this was after she died, not when she was alive. He didn't get in her account then. It was after she died. Somehow he was able to get into her account, but basically just confirming that this is Celeste's account. Okay. So, and you could see it was liked by David and 37 others. So when she posted that, David liked it, and it's obviously her and David. I actually had on a few different lives I had showed that one video of Celeste with her, I don't know if her sister or whatever, baby sister. She's holding her, and she has the same sandals on. You know what? Let me play it. I might as well play it so you see what I'm talking about. Hold on. But anyway, it's not a big deal, I guess. I don't think anybody's arguing that that is her in that picture with David, but okay, I just took a couple screenshots. So she has black socks on this picture, but I think she's wearing the same Nike sandals in both the video and that picture with David. I think so. Anyway, okay, let's continue. So it's 12/12/23, and here's another one that's dated 12/12/23, 9:28 p.m. And then this is Dean Blunt Lovers. This is her posting it, right? So she's the one, which I didn't realize that for some reason. And I'm glad I did all this research because everything was just moving so fast and all these, screenshot here, screenshot there. I never went and like looked at it all together like I did these last couple weeks. So yes, she's the one that posted this with the ring and the David tattoo on her finger. And I don't know, I guess, wait, this is her Instagram, right? It says, send me anonymous messages. Not gonna lie, David kinda hot. So then she posts this of her and David where it's, she doesn't show her face, just her hair. And it says, didn't use my music, shaking my head. And David with some kiss faces. And then she posts this picture of David right here. It says, hey guys. Oh, I see. So this is it. So I just want to point this out. If I'm understanding this right, this looks like David posted, he took a screenshot, of Celeste's posts, right? So Celeste posts this and must have put it with a different song. And then David reposts look, I think he just reposts a screenshot of it, right? And says, didn't even use my music, shaking my head. Because she must have posted this with different music and not even his music. So she's like, what the heck? She didn't even use my music, but she posts a picture of us. Okay, so let's continue here. She has her face covered. And then 12/13, they're back at the house. This is the Doheny house, not the mansion, the other house. If you guys haven't seen my video where I break that all down in the house and I show you like all the pictures, like this picture, all the pictures of her in the background and exactly which rooms they are in that other house. This is that back room where, remember, they have a curtain right here and there's a fireplace and stuff. So yeah, she's sitting right here, but it all lines up. Like I said, you have 12/12. She's with them that night. There's a nighttime. You can tell that's at nighttime outside, it looks like. And then the next day. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering right, I haven't looked at the house in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's a window right there. So this is probably daytime. Unless if they have, a big light on because they're streaming, they might have some kind of light on. But anyways, the next day, basically. Yeah, there'd be a window. Because that's the room they're in right here, because you can see the fireplace. He has it set up where he's got the couch right here, and he's got that wall. I think it's probably like a soundproof. And then over here, it's hard to point, but like coming up here, there's that entrance that they put a curtain. Okay, let me just show you real quick. Here's the room I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the room I was saying there. We'll see another video where he's sitting on this couch back here, but that'll be coming up. But yeah, there's the curtain. This is the couch that's in that picture, and Celeste is like right here. This is where that window is. He's got the window covered here, but that's the room. This gives you a better look at it. This is actually from his video. When was the date? This video was live streamed May 25th, 2023. I don't know if you guys remember this video but Lane and Rob are here. I'd play this in a live stream before, but that's Lane.
Okay, my fault, bro. Y'all can hear me. I'm not muted no more. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me, right?
I think there's some latency.
So that's actually Rob back there with Lane. So they're at his house on Doheny. Not the mansion, because I know the mansion is on Doheny too, but it's actually considered another street, Verario or whatever. But It's Doheny too, but this is a different house. This is the one that he had before the mansion, and I think he kept for a while after the mansion. He kept Celeste there. The same house where Celeste is pictured at multiple times, which makes me think Rob was totally aware of Celeste. Okay, let me continue. Yeah, there's the kitchen. It's back here. And then we'll come across another video. It's a quick clip where he's sitting on the couch right here, and she comes walking, which I believe it's Celeste, comes walking right here, and she's videoing him, and she says something real quick. He like is sitting on the couch, and he kind of like looks over like, what the heck? And I think, does he go to stand up or something? It's just really quick. But yeah, this is that Doheny house. This is the house where he has like a bunch of those TikToks that he's outside. He does like some TikToks. And he has some on the inside. Some of his TikToks are the inside too. I did a video pointing out all that. And this is where they do the stream. That stream January 11th. It's right here. This is the background. It's in this house. This is he has some TikToks in here and pictures here where you see these pictures right here and the bed and everything. This bathroom, there's a picture of him and Celeste. That picture of him and Celeste in the bathroom. This one right here, this picture of them too. It's right here in this bathroom. You can see this in the background, in the mirror right there. There's another picture in this house where you could see that the mirror's right there. I guess I could wait till we get to it on the timeline, but yeah, here's another shot of the house. He does a TikTok here where he does a video. He does a couple TikToks here where he's in the street. He's sitting in the street. Actually, we're going to go over that one in this timeline. So, yep, a lot of his stuff was at this house right here, not the mansion. Okay, so let's continue on the timeline. Okay, so here's that video I was talking about. So this is that Doheny house I was just showing you. The couch is right here. Okay, David's sitting right here. So this is the same couch that Lane and Rob are sitting on in that video that I just showed you. This video right here. That's where he's at right here. And she's walking in just like where I showed ya. So this couch is like up against this wall right here, okay? And she's basically standing at that door frame taping him. Okay, so let me play.
Why are you doing this, yo? This is not this.
Okay, so she's like, what? He's like, why are you doing this, yo? This is not, and starts to say something. So it's almost like he's kind of annoyed that she's taping him or something. I don't know. Okay, so this next one is him and Celeste again, where you only see her hand, of course, because she's not going to show her face, but she's the one that posted this on Dean Blunt Lover 444. And yeah, it's in that room, that bedroom I was showing you in the Doheny house. Okay, let me play it. You see that picture? So that's that bedroom I was showing you. Let me bring it up real quick, right here. So they must be laying on the bed. You got the black headboard, and you could see this picture right here. I'll play it again. You can clearly see that pic in here. And the black headboard. Okay. And it says, "My princess so handsome got me all smiley." Oh, here's that one real quick. I wasn't planning on playing this, but this is the one from the outside of the house. I'll just play it because I have it right here and I was talking about it.
I'm your Uber driver. Get in.
I didn't order an Uber.
We've got one now.
I'm good, bro.
Oh my fucking God!
So I think that's actually that is kind of relevant because this is January 8th and then that live stream is January 11th. So she's probably there at that moment. So remember, he doesn't sign the lease for that mansion until February 2024, okay? And then once he does that, she basically, that's when she like is there full time. So I'm wondering if there's if it's more than a coincidence is when he has like two places then she could be there full time because he have his separate lives where he could hide her. And at this moment where he only had one place, it was probably harder to do because, you have other people that are going to be around and you want to keep her a secret. So how do you do it if you only have one place? So he gets the second mansion or the second place, the mansion on Doheny too. It's only down the road. he gets that mansion. He probably purposely chose a close spot because he's going to keep Celeste here at this Doheny house. And then he could keep all his work people and everybody that he wants to hide Celeste from in the mansion. Like I said, I do think a lot of them met her, but maybe they didn't realize that she was like living there. I was like, oh yeah, she's here, in town visiting me or something. Whoever he wanted to keep her from, as far as like who she was, or you know what I'm saying, the extent of it. I'm wondering if that's why. Like, I'm sure some people knew, but then some people would just maybe only met her like, oh look, my friend's here visiting for the show, or and just didn't realize she was actually living at his other place, if she indeed was, which I do think that. I think there's a good chance that she was just staying at that house while he was in the mansion, and at that house going back and forth. Now, don't take what I'm saying wrong. I do think a lot of the people around him met her and they were aware of her, but I do think some people probably didn't know the story behind her, and then some people probably did. So yeah, you could see this is that video I was talking about, though, where he's outside that house. Now, the next thing I'm going to play is the stream from January 11th.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good to have a big fan mix by me? Oh, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Okay, as you could see, she was going to say, I got a song with him if you even care, or whatever, because they're all probably talking to David, and they're talking about his music. Somebody just complimented his music. So she's like, oh, well, I got a song with him if you even care, or whatever she was going to say after that. So it just confirms that that probably was really her voice in those songs, at least in the one song. I think she was in multiple ones, but for sure, the string theory, yes, 100%. Okay, so we only have 2 clips from that night. Wish we had it all, but we have that clip, and then we have the one clip that I'm gonna play that's the more famous clip that everybody's been playing, or everybody played for months now. It's because it's a big deal. It's a very what's the word for it? It's very telling, of what she says. But let me play that real quick to remind you guys, just so, since we're in a timeline, you see how this falls into the timeline. You see how on December 12th, she was posting the pictures of her and him, okay, that we just went through, like the shadow and them holding hands and stuff, which came from her account. And then, a month later, they do this stream together, okay? So let me play it. Hold on one second.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one.
Bye, guys.
Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
All right. So yeah, definitely her saying, "Oh, it's controversial. You are in little kids," and they kind of say it as a joke, but like there's like truth behind that joke. You know what I'm saying? Like they say it in a joking manner, but knowing that, oh wait, like it actually is what it is. That would be considered that, to be honest. Whether they mean he forcefully did it and she's aware of it, he forcefully took advantage of her, anybody that she's aware of, or if she just means because he's of age, he's an adult and they're minors. So when it comes to that, it's considered R when it comes to like an adult and a minor, even if it is consensual. But it might even go deeper than that, where it could be like a force thing. I don't know. Maybe not. Or, maybe it has happened, but that's not what she meant. Who knows? Or maybe, maybe she caught him, or maybe he has videos or something where she saw this stuff or something, or he opened up to her about it and like, look, I don't know. And then maybe that could be the thing that he had to get rid of her for, because maybe they were going to break up, and it's like, oh, you got dirt on me. I can't risk that getting out. Who knows? It might not be that. As far as like her knowing that he's like, R-ing little kids. It might just be because she's a minor and she's a kid, and she knows that's wrong. That's like a could be manipulation and is considered R if the person's a minor. And maybe she knows that his dating preferences are minors too. So R would be the appropriate word for that even. Or maybe he forced her into doing some things that she didn't want to do, but him with the power and the fame, and she just felt like she had to, and he used that power, and she knows that's R. So who knows what context she meant that in, but she said it and it's not good in any context. So yeah, very telling little clip we got there. Anyway, let's move on here. Okay, so I wanted to point this out. So Celeste, if you see, it'll show when she joined Discord, at least this account. We know she had more than one account, but this account she joined January 4th, 2021. And now that's just joining Discord. But when she joined David's server, it was January 12th, 2024, which would be a day after the stream, because the stream was January 11th. The thing that I don't understand is she was in the server before. See, it's the same profile picture she had back in 2022 as she has here, where it says she joined January 12th. So how was she in a server October 23rd, 2022? Okay, so yeah, I just don't understand why it's saying January 12th. Is it that maybe she joined back then, but then unjoined or something, and then rejoined on January 12th? But let's continue. But I just thought that was interesting that she joined a day after that stream. Now, another thing I want to point out, look at the date. This is January 11th. 2024, 6:17 a.m. This is right after they all saw this live stream with David and Celeste, okay? So Jam says, well, chat, Estella's cooked. And deleted user says, how much y'all think David gonna pay us? Which I think is in reference because they saw the chat. They saw Celeste. So here's what's up for debate. I'm not sure how to take it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this deleted user saw Celeste, realized who she was and that she was the missing girl? And that's what he's talking about? He's gonna bribe David. Because look, we know who that is. So hey, we're gonna bribe him, we're gonna get some money off of him, or we're gonna tell. Which I think that's definitely what's going on. They're talking about bribing him, right? Since they seen what was on chat, they're talking about, basically like, well, you're in trouble, but we're not gonna keep quiet unless you pay us. But what I'm not sure is, do you think they know that it's Celeste, she's missing? I do. I think that they do because they knew her. I mean, he knows her name, Celeste. Because I wasn't sure at first. Like, do you think they just realized, oh, she's a minor, and what she said on there, was like, oh, wait, she's a kid, so that's illegal. And he knows her name because maybe they said her name. I don't know. They did multiple streams together. You'll see through Discord. So I don't know. Is it because, maybe they just know, oh, she's definitely a kid. Look what she said. So yeah, we're gonna threaten to tell everybody because we know, look, he wanted it all deleted. Or do you think they do? They realize who that is. Now, we know some people know because they're like, hey, some of their posts about the missing girl. But I'm talking about this group right here, this person in particular, deleted user, which is that Ben and that JKLD, whatever, the bunch of letters that he switches his name. So either he knows that she's a minor and what she said, and there's something illegal going on, or he knows that's the missing girl, Celeste. So Jam says, in response to how much you think Dave's gonna pay us, Jam says 0, and deleted user corrects Jam and says Celeste N-word. Like, it's not Estelle, it's Celeste. And in response to them saying 0, deleted user does a sad face. In response to deleted users correcting him and saying Celeste, GM says, same shit, different smell. And then deleted user says, I need that 5,000, bro. GM says, 5,000 is crazy. And deleted user says, college is expensive, bro. I owe 5,000. And GM says, bro, you gotta pay off your loans like the rest of us. And deleted user says, I don't have loans. Gotta get some, I guess. LJ says, college is mad expensive. For what? And deleted user says, real. And GM says, so David, when you go in Norway to death dive like you promised? So I looked it up. Death diving is Norwegian. It's an extreme sport where divers leap from high platforms, typically 10 meters or higher, in a horizontal position before curling into a compact shape just before water entry to avoid injury. The goal is to maintain the dramatic spread eagle pose for as long as possible in the air, with judges rewarding speed, height, and late closing. The sport originated in Norway in the 1960s and has grown into a global phenomenon with a world tour and world championship. So that's what he's talking about. So David must have been talking about doing it. LJ says, I'm becoming a doctor for what? And deleted user says, gotta get some, I guess, about the loans. And then in response to deleted saying, gotta get some, I guess, about the loans, GM says, yep, I have to pay for my university and everything, and I'm not even 18. And in response to LJ saying he's becoming a doctor, deleted said, and I'm a bio major. LJ says, I'm so sorry. So deleted said, I'm changing TS, bro. Maybe that stands for this shit. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he says finna be a CS major like everybody else, which stands for computer science. I'm pretty sure that's what he means by that. Okay, so there's more of that conversation. Hold on. I'm gonna skip through some of this until they talk about Celeste and stuff again. It's like if you want to see all of it in between, though, check out my live streams. I'm reading it all. I mean, not the whole Discord, but everything that I grabbed, all in order. So skipping forward about 10 minutes, Skylar, which is an admin of David's, which we'll see a lot of him. He's not a very good person. I don't know if we see a lot of him in this section, but in this timeline. Anyway, so Skylar says, David's girlfriend is a thug. So remember, this is after they just got done watching that stream that we only got to see a couple clips of. The one where she said about little kids and RN little kids. They just got done watching it. So Skylar's saying David's girlfriend is a thug. So in a response to Skylar saying David's girlfriend is a thug, Micah said, David has a girlfriend? So in response to Micah asking if David has a girlfriend, Skylar says, yeah, she just said something so crazy he had to end the stream and delete VOD. And Micah says, VOD was up 5 minutes ago. And so VOD, and I had to look this up because I didn't know when I originally first watched that stream what he was talking about, VOD. But VOD in Discord stands for Video on Demand, referring to recorded streams or content shared in a server, often for reviews. So it's like he's probably, I think he was live streaming on Twitch, but he also shared it on Discord through a VOD or whatever. So that's why he's like talking about delete everything, delete the stream and delete the VOD. It says highlights are simply saved videos using Discord's built-in screen share streaming features or external platforms. Users watch these pre-recorded clips through links or shared screens, making it different from live streaming, but serving similar community building and content sharing. Okay, learned something. I definitely am learning some stuff with this case with all the young kids. Well, no, I can't even say all the young kids. Discord is a very it's a unique crowd. It's not everybody has Discord. Discord, I don't know how I don't know how I feel about it in general so far. I know there's a horrible stuff in it, but as far as like adults that are doing it for not doing anything bad in there, is it good? Is there like any positive Discord servers? I'll make a positive one. Okay. That's the end of part 1. There's a lot more to come on Celeste. It's probably going to be 6 parts. There's a ton of stuff. So this is just part 1. I figured I'd break it up into like half-hour increments. So be looking out for the rest. I know this part 1, there was a lot of stuff that you probably already seen. But coming up, there's things that I feel like I found some new stuff that I feel like maybe some of you guys haven't seen. So yeah, make sure you check out the rest of the parts. All right, see ya.
Heart of glass, if it shattered, darker days will come our way.